Good morning, folks. Welcome back. You can see we're back to this guy again. I think we're going to play with him, give him some pants, and then put him in our cave system yesterday with a few other things I want to make. But I think we'll start with this guy today. We had some issues getting, what's it called? Divine Cut to work with him once he was rigged, and I never actually got those fixed. So rather than worry about it, I'm just going to do it pre-rigging, and then we'll rig him with pants on because that'll be fine too. Let's take a look at him with materials. He's looking pretty cool. I do want to give him a bit more subsurface scattering stuff. I think he's got a little bit, and I want to give him some noise on his body. So let's start there. Let's see what I did. I don't remember. Yeah, he does have subsurface. Weight should be 1. And scale is 0.005. That's what it should be. Yeah. So now he's got some of that. But we also want to give him our typical noise to his roughness, which is a combination of noise and Voronoi. And the Voronoi should be a scale of like at least 500. Let's see what that looks like. That looks okay. Yeah. And noise scale of 100. Sure. We're going to take these two together. Come on. This one and this one. There we go. Mix. And we're going to mix with an overlay. Where am I? Blind. Overlay. Okay. We're going to take that and move this out of the way. And mix that with this. And that gives us that for his roughness. So it brings a bit in. But if we look at this, yeah. There we go. Gives him a little bit of that. Let's do the same thing here with a bump. Bump that and put the same overlay here to that height there. We want it to be way weaker though. Strength of like 0.3 and distance of like 0.3. And that gives us just a bit more variation to it and kind of makes it feel stronger. All right. Let's save him. And give him pants. I think that's all he's going to be wearing for clothes, so that'll be an easy one. Come over here. Well, let's see if we can use Divine Cut and make it work now. Trousers. Characters is this. There's no armature. New cloth. Good. Okay, pelvis. There. Hip. Here. Knee. Here. And ankle is here. Generate a trouser rig. Okay. Today's stream is going to be just kind of a few smaller things put together, I think, more than just like one giant scene. Because we kind of made our scene yesterday, but I don't feel like it's quite where it needs to be. Let's scale that in a bit. And its ankle, let's scale it in a lot and bring it up. I think we might give him shoes too, potentially. Or just hide his feet, because those feet are fugly. And generate the trouser. Kind of like that. It's not too bad, actually. Let's take a look at it. Tab. It's looking all right. as always, I don't necessarily like that top that much. It's always kind of the point where, for me, with Divine Cut, where it can be a little bit weird with these weird humanoid characters. Let's just subdivide everything and grab this loop and see if we can rotate it just to make it a bit more even. I might even just cut into it too. Let's see, and down. That reads better. I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest. Looks okay. Let's rewind, design, see what we want to do. Toggle the seams. Do we want to give it seams? No. Well, actually, it's kind of neat looking. It's loud outside. Do we want to add fur to stuff? We could. Let's try that and see how it goes. Well, no. That's going to be pain when we rig it, probably. So let's not. Let's get rid of the seams. Let's keep them simple. And I'm kind of digging it. Play. That seems good. Let's just apply it. Okay, there's all. And what we can do, I suppose, if we want to, mesh, cube, 1, GZ. Okay, and to here, Control minus. Yeah, flatten that down. Just cut away the stuff you don't want. That works. We are too high in triangles, though. So that's a problem. Because we can only be... No, we'll face... No, it uses a triangles. So let's decimate this. Uh, 0.5. There we go. That works. Don't notice any difference. Let's just see something. 2A, M, distance. Cool. Hey, Unquiet. Good to see you, man. Just giving our ogre, orc, whatever you want to call him, our dude, some pants. Let's see. Materials. Right now, there's trousers and trousers secondary. Let's see. Let's use random flows. Append the materials, and we'll make this our flow cloth for the base. Yep. And secondary, I don't know. Take a look, see what else we want to use. Shaders. No. Shading. No. Not shading. Layout. There we go. Fab. Let's try this. Sure. Yeah. All right. I could live with that. I think that's pretty cool. Let's get this out of the way. Great. That looks fun. Let's save him. Export as an OBJ. We did him before already, but we're going to do him again. Oh, wait. export OBJ, selection only. We need to get both, don't we? Yes, those things. Yep, just those two, right? Yeah. File, export, OBJ. Selection only. Export it. And we'll just rig him up real quick and then jump over to doing our next thing while that's happening. Come on. There we go. Choose a file. Him. Open. He should be under the 600,000 limit. That's the requirement. But he's very close. Yes. Force the symmetry. Rig the body. Okay, not bad. Let's see, his shoulder joints should be there. Move his belly up just a bit and his legs down just a little bit. Knee joints feel okay. Maybe I'll bring feet up just a bit. I didn't give him boots, but we'll see if I can do that otherwise. I kind of hate his feet, but that's fine. Down and down. Cool. Rig the hands. 5 fingers. Forgot to put the thumbnail on yesterday's video until this morning. Like, oh no. So of course no one's looked at it, but that's all right. Okay. Yeah, I found them pretty good. We need to fix the thumb. For whatever reason, it seems to have problems with these sausage thumbs sometimes. And I'll pull that there. He had elbow joints. They were there. Should be all right. I think they were okay. And finalize. Let's see. In the meantime, I'm actually going to open a new Blender. Well, no, we'll use this guy. We'll use this one. Well, no, we're going to open a new Blender. Keep things clean. But yeah, it auto-placed the elbows. I just think I like where they placed them. I hope I did. Thought I did. Okay. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. So we can look at that while I'm waiting. So this is the room that we're going to use. We made this yesterday, and we're just going to fill it in. And I just put a person in here for scale. So it's a big room. Should be fun. That's where we're going to go. But we're going to go there in a bit. I'm going to I'll just grab this guy actually for scale. So I want to work on something for him. His size. Paste. Well, we have not fit in any lore at all to this guy yet, so you have missed nothing. We have not seen him. And basically, anybody you meet in this world that doesn't come from a respawn point is not human. What they look like varies. There's all kinds of different creatures, but the only humans here come from respawn points. There are people that look very close to humans, but so this guy is, for lack of a better word, we'll call him an NPC, which is very demeaning and not necessarily what they are. But again, since half the people from this respawn point think that they're in a video game, I'm kind of going with video game terms a little bit. I want to make a sphere. Yes. I want to shrink it down just a bit to about there and up to here. Okay. And move him back. That's still a little bit big. Let's shrink it down a little more. Okay. And we want to stretch it, I think, and flatten it a little bit. We're going to grab one just to that, turn on proportional, and GZ, shrink it down. Then SZ, and shrink it down so we get kind of a flattened top like that. That looks cool. Now, how wonky do we want it? That's the question. I think that'll be all right. Let's see how this guy's going. Did he work? Yeah, he worked. Looks pretty good. Let's just see how he acts. No, I did not sculpt him in the stream. I sculpted him on my iPad while I was on the ferry this weekend. So we kind of missed that part. I don't have a good way to sculpt a Nomad sculpt on stream, so I was just sitting on a ferry for an hour and a half, and I just made this dude. So, but he was not a Blender guy. All right, but he looks good. Let's export him. FBX. Blender. Export. Rigged. Yes. Save. Replace. Cool. Let's come back over to here then. We'll just do him now. Turn off unrigged. Move that to unrigged. F4. Import FBX. There he is. Let's fix his textures while we're thinking about it. LBT. Rflow cloth. The regular. And Milfact green one. There he is. Looking good. Save. I'm going to bring him in. Import a pose for this guy. And we did do this last time, but he didn't have pants on, so I know how it's going to go, but let's do neutral idle. And it's not going to, again, because we're in 4:4, it's going to do weird things with the animation, but I like the first frame of this pose anyway, so we'll just use it. The Rococo plugin, I'll check again, there is no update, has issues with Blender 4:4, where it doesn't bring in the whole animation. So, which is annoying. Source is going to be Armature 3. Target is going to be Armature 2. Build the bone list. And retarget the animation. And we can delete 3. And clear the animation data on 2. And pose mode. Shift hide to get rid of all the ones that aren't being used. And viewport display in front. We're in local. Cool. Grab that. And that, right? Yes. And bring them around. Too far. No. So let's undo that. Do both. Just bring it around this way. There we go. That's better. Stay local. Or view, I suppose, is not local. Oh, come on. Grab it. Nice. Let's bend that just a little bit. Bring this back to default. Bring this back to default. And we can even bend that a little bit. See, he has elbows. He looks good. Save. Big mode. We have our guy again. Let's turn off in front. And just take a look at him. Yeah, he's there. All right. Now back to our stove, basically. That's what this is going to be. Like it. Let's edit 3. Grab this loop, and this loop. And I'm going to even make them, I want to make them separate objects. Shift D, P, section. And yeah, sure. No, we'll leave them on the same. Alt E along normals. Some kind of like a, let's see. Yeah, cool. Bracing. Now this object, 7, 9, we want to select 2, 2, I think those 4, right? Cool. And I'm just going to grab those actually. And W subdivide. Okay, we just got to grab the individuals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And circle. 3. Normals. Okay. Now, we could just mirror it. Let's do that. That might make my, well, let's see. 1. Can we do this on local? That would be good if we could. No, I don't think we can. It's 2. Okay. Now, we're going to go to rotate. Where's my 3? And there we go. And 1 and X. Is it X or Y? Y. And rotate it down. Spin it down. -40. Sure. Then E. To 0.1. Okay, let's do the same here. And then we'll mirror. This is X. Oh. 3. -40. E. 0.1. Cool. So it's not like exactly perfect, but close enough for what we need. And we can mirror it this way and this way. We got our legs on it now. Cool. We also have a mirroring, which we can use. Cool. Now, I'm actually not sure I want a mirroring on it, though. We need this first. Alt hide. I screwed up here. 1. And let's grab all those. Maybe one more even. Plus, minus. Plus, there we go. X faces. 2, let's just fill that in. No. Fill. So that's going to there like that. Cool. Now, I want to make, let's see. Actually, I am going to separate this thing out. 3L P section is its own object now. That'll make that better. And then this thing, then get rid of these faces. Oh. Arr. Just so that. Yes. Come on. Bridge edge loops. AM distance. Cool. And then this thing. Whoa. Coming back. There we go. This thing. And delete these faces too. Ugh. I didn't want to do that. Oh well. We'll figure it out. I didn't really want it to be empty on both sides. But it's okay, I think, actually. It might actually be better, be kind of cool. Okay, so this bad boy here. I'm going to apply this just because it's messing with me now. And this is, I don't want it to do it anymore. 1, Shift S2. Okay, first thing though. Q, add modifier, solidify. The other way in. We want it to be 0.025, like an inch thick. Cool. Now Shift A, mesh, cube. Scale that in to about there. Let's see. To about there. Okay. That'll work. And we're going to want to Q, add modifier, solidify it out just a little bit. I think that's fine. Oh, 1 millimeter or 1 centimeter. That's even a little bit big. 0.005. There we go. Now, Q bevel. Round it up. Get about like that. I think that'll work. Cool. And then subtract that from that. And that gives us our ring for our door to our stove, which is cool. So let's apply it. And I'm going to apply the solidification as well. Delete that. Now, one more time, we need this sucker here. I'm going to take these. Actually, these and these. Yeah. And actually, let's just grab them all. We need it for the future. Okay. Shift D, P section. Come here. Grab this thing. GY. Just take it out. Now, tab. Inset. We're going to go 0.025. Cool. Now here, 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 and here, here. Incent 0.025. Okay. Now, select all these back again. And deselect all those. Fine. We're going to bevel those. So we get these cool, like that. Yep. And 3, we're going to delete all of these. Faces. Q, add modifier solidify. We take it in. We'll go in, it's fine. That works. Apply that. GY to there, and control minus. Oh, I did the other way around. Although I think we can actually do it. Of course. Dummkopf. Undo, undo. Select those. There we go. X. Those faces. There we go. All right. Come on, Seth. Solidify. There we go. Apply. Yo! Bring that in to there, and then minus. Nice. And apply that. And we can just delete this. So we're making our little stove thing. We need to give it some hinges. I think we're going to put those. Let's see here. Let's grab those faces and these faces. And Shift D, P section. Again, just to make my life easier. Q, add modifier solidify. Other direction. That's just kind of cool. Dumb, but works. Honestly, even just that's fine. We'll do a little more, but, and apply. And tab. And let's just grab these. No. These. And these. Alt E along normals. A little more. Into the door. Maybe even a little more. Well, it's fine actually. And then grab coplanar. Oh, fine. You're not coplanar? Be that way. And E up. Nice. And Q bevel. Woo, too much, clearly. There. Apply all. Okay. Now, since we did screw up and cut this back part out, let's just go with that. Sometimes you just need to accept that you made a mistake. I'm going to apply this thing. Control E, bridge edge loops. Cool. No, not doing that. Just these two. Bridge edge loops. Come on, bridge edge loops. There we go. Now, 2 or 3E out to there. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun. We could even give it E up to there and E down to there. It's got kind of a neat little like backing against the wall now. Cool. I like that. Okay. Now, gonna actually separate it though. Plus, or minus P section. Great. It's its own object now. This sucker, tab. We want that loop, but not the inner side. All right, fine. That loop. Yeah. Shift hide. Go back to that. Okay, I want to get rid of the inside. Oh, I see why I did it. Let's shift hide. L hide. So just all those. A. Okay, that's got that stuff then. Now, tab. Shift Q. Extras, utility, panel screws. Come on. We want custom, round head, and faces, yes. How does that give us? That's all right. We need more, clearly. All verts, yes. Looks like we got some. Let's see. Check our normals. No, looks right. All right. Well, let's turn this one off first. Just do those two because they worked right. Shift Q. Panel screws. Margin of 0.02. And round head. We need a bigger margin. There we go. And we'll make them a little smaller, I think. 0.15. Maybe more than that. Cool. Rivets! Rivets are always fun. Let's do the same to this thing now. See if we can do it again this time and work. Panel screws. Round head. Yep. Cool. So we've riveted all that out, and that looks nice. We need a cut line, probably. Well, I mean, it depends how realistic we want to be with our hinges. Like, do we want to actually try to make something on them? But we could. But let's try it. Tab. Let's just see what would happen if we did. One. I'm just going to do this manually, I think. So if I'm going to do it manually, let's do it this way. Okay. One. You can get really nitpicky, clearly, if you want to, right? But that should be good. Q. Circle. Let's make it like that size. 3. Alt-E along normals. Cool. And then bevel. There we go. Sharpen. Nice. Hi, Wongren. That'll work. Now, our door here, I'm just going to fix this inside part. We want this thing, we don't want it to go all the way through. So solo it, tab. We come into the inside. And see if we can just grab come on. Fine. There we go. Now, lots of ways you could do this. I'm just going to do this the cheesy way. Alt-E, long normals. Straight out again, just to give me that lip. Alt-E, long normals. This is actually pretty close to how a real one would be. Right? So it wouldn't be out, because that would be on the inner... It would be on the inner thing and not the door. And that would be like the lip that the door connects to. But for us, it's fine. We haven't saved yet. We should save this thing. New 2505 22 23 1 live stream stove. Sure. Just having fun modeling a little bit. I haven't done a lot of like detailed prop modeling in a while. I think I want to put a band on this thing too. I'll hide. We can actually just grab. No. That loop and that loop. And that loop and that loop. Sure. Cool. No. No. There we go. Alt-E long normals. There we go. Just a seam loop. We're not going to put rivets on it, but, you know, go as crazy as you want to with this stuff. Q, bevel. Too much. Amount 0.001. There we go. We could also just do it in the material. That might be better, but yeah. Maybe we will. It's going to be, yeah. Save. This thing, we want to shade smooth. Maybe? No. Sharpen. Yeah. Auto save. Auto smooth it. Cool. That's looking all right. Now, let's see. What else do we want to do with this bad boy? It definitely needs an attachment for a smokestack to come out, like a smoke, not a smokestack, what do you call it? A chimney element to come out of it. Do we want it in here or back here on this thing? I think back here on this thing. So let's... We're only going to have one, but 3 face, poke the faces. 1. Cool. Come back out. Q, circle. Let's go about that big. 3, E up to about there. Inset, and then E up to about there. And that's where the... Okay, that's where the exhaust is going to hook up. Hard op sharpen is excellent. It's so helpful. I don't use near everything in hard ops, but the stuff that I use, like mirroring, sharpening, and the access to the modifiers, I really couldn't do without at this point. They're kind of my, my go-tos. Okay, so that's looking cool. We could dent this thing up a little bit if we wanted to. I'm not sure what it'll look like, but let's try. A couple ways we could do it. L. Yes, we want that. Shift Q. Utility. Quick displacement. strength of 0.01. I think it's a bit too much there, even still. Come back here. F9, rather. Selection, that's why. Okay. And 0.05, no. 0.02, sure. I don't know if we'll even notice it, but that just distorts it just a tiny bit. I think that's kind of fun. Okay. Materials. First off, let's tab A, smart UV project it. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do with it? Let's try a couple of different ones. First off, let's see what we've got. Wasteland Metal. Where'd it go? Is that the other one? That's the other dude. That is not this Blender's asset browser. That's this Blender's asset browser. Let's try again. We're going to say Wasteland Metal. Where'd you go? This Blender asset browser. Okay, fuck you. I'll get there eventually. Wasteland Metal. Gets us some weird. From this one, we might try spherical. You unwrap. Where are we? Sphere projection. That feels like it might be the best one for this. That's not bad. Let's see what else we could get. Maybe we'll try a few other ones. First off, we will try Distressed Hull, because it's just so much fun. But it's a little too... and we could adjust it, but... eh. So we're going to go back to Wasteland Metal for right now to start. Let's just look up metal across all of them. Sorry you guys can't see this, but they are there. Nah, it's too dark. So far, Wasteland Metal's winning. Oh, that's pretty cool. These ones that have been painted. Let's see. Panels, right? Nah. Just trying a few different metals. Outpost metals. These are usually pretty good for this sort of thing. That's not bad. The OTP metals are often good. They're from the Kit Bash 3D Kit Outpost. It's like an old, like, beat up Star Warsian kind of vibe. Warzone frame. Let's see what that looks like. No. Rusted metal, if we want to go for like a brush. No. No, I still think it's a choice between either, let's look again, this one or this one. I think we're going to go with that one. It's just got more color. We could maybe do another one on this one. So it has... oh, those are neat. Sure, fine. Like that. Yeah, that could be cool. Tab A, U, Smart UV Project, see if it works. Yeah, on this one I think it does. And these, no, come here. Where are you? Sphere screws. It's going to join those together. And link materials. Okay. And get rid of that one. Okay, and then this should also be this. Cool, and then this should also be this. And it needs to be UV'd. Alrighty. Finally feel like we got something. And then I guess we need to do the same to this too. Tab A, U, Smart UV Project. Yep. Got ourselves a big ol' nasty boiler, heater, whatever you want to call it. I like it. Just check the UV editing on this one. A. And let's see how it's doing it. We could ASX. Let's see how that goes. Do I like it more stretched this way? Yeah, I think so. I think that's fine. Give us that whole thing. Top's a little weird, but that's fine. Doesn't have to be exactly on the top. I'm liking it. Save it. And we got it scaled to our ogre dude, who's slightly bigger than a human. So, which is great. I get rid of our ogre dude now. A. And let's just make sure. Go back to layout. Object, convert to mesh. Everything's applied. Great. And join. And we have our stove. Let's take it. Copy objects. And come back over to our scene here. And we can start working on this now. I don't want it in human. Where'd it go? Sphere. M, new collection, room, stuff. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Yeah. And object, set origin, geometry to origin. And GZ. You can see it's a little big for a human, but not too bad. Our guy wasn't that much bigger than normal, but he should be bigger than this one. Let's bring him in and see. Let's make sure he is. This is our guy. Yep. Select hierarchy. Copy objects. I'll put him in human gen for right now. Or just room stuff. Room stuff. And I'm just going to manually place him just to be safe. Take a look. And yes, he's bigger than a dude, but not significantly, which is how we wanted it. Cool. Let's get rid of all those humies now. Okay, so this room is really all we want to mess with, and I don't want to have to deal with this other stuff right now. So I'm going to come in here and edit. And we can even, I hope, do a good, like a cut. Let's see, 3. No. 1, 3, Alt Z, B, grab that stuff, and P section. Just moving it to a new object. There's no reason not to. My go-to for getting good texture maps. I don't have one, honestly. I kind of pull from a lot of different things. New collection. Room cave. I have in the past pulled from textures.com or CG Textures. I get some that I have from models I pull down when I bought stuff from Kitbash 3D. I make some of my own. It really depends. I don't have like a great go-to. Okay, so we got more than we needed, but that's fine. That makes our life way easier to deal with. And I think we're going to put some platforms in here, but we'll have them go to this cave ground instead of ground by default. Hey, Patrick. So let's grab, come here, and Shift A, mesh, plane. Okay, and GZ, and RZ, so it lines up with our platform. Cool. And solo it, tab. Now 2. EX minus 2. Okay, and then EY minus 2. That's a good platform, I think. Yep, that's what I do too. That's very much the Ian Hubert way as well. Works great for things like concrete and stuff. I have definitely done a lot of that in the past. Okay, grab that, grab this, or even let's go with this and this one. Copy modifiers. And this bad boy here. We're going to move him to room stuff or new collection. Room platform, just to keep it separate. Then we're going to change our ground to room cave. And come in and we take a look, and that creates sort of this platform here. And I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't, I mean, it could have hanging things, it's fine, but down a little bit, yeah, there we go. That works. And kind of want to have 2 levels just since we have such a cool looking cave. We might as well. Tab 3. I'll grab these. Shift D, GX to here, GZ. Okay, and GY minus 2. Okay. And then we take this. Control E, bridge edge loops. And turn that on, and it gives us that. Okay, cool. We got a little bit of height there. I like that. And then let's do a little more. Tab. Let's grab. I mean, not that one. This one. Yeah. Shift D. GZ2. And then EZ minus 2. And forward a little bit. And that gives us like a little ladder up to a second level. Fun. Just trying to make it interesting looking inside the space. which I am digging. Now, let's take our this and bring it back over to like here. That seems fun, particularly since we got that there. Might as well kind of use it to emphasize it and bring it up onto our platform. Good deal. Rotate it around. Let's kind of fade this thing outward like that. Cool. Now, I want to come up to our roof. And I want to grab this, this. I might actually need more. How do I want to do it? We know what we can do. Yeah, okay. And let's turn back on ground. Yeah, because I want those two. Okay. And Q, curve extract. Come on. What did I get? It should just be that one part. Yeah, it is. That's all it is. Oh, no, I grabbed the whole damn thing. Undo. History. Select. Okay. Yeah, just that. Q, curve extract. Cool. Now turn back on ground. And edit ground. And we want this. Just gonna have to go for a little bit. We might as well. It's fine. Here. Curve extract. Morning, Michael. Great. Obviously too much, but great. So let's go this and this. And I want them both to have the same curve size. I want it to be a depth of like 0.1. Yeah, a bit more. 0.15. They don't have to be exact the same, but in fact, I kind of going to keep them separate, I think. Cool. Now, we're going to take these two and convert them to mesh. Might be getting ahead of myself, but why not? And we're going to move them to room shit. Sorry, room stuff. Not water. Undo. What the hell did I have something self-selected? These two. No, this one and this one. Room stuff. What's this one? What is that one? Oh, it's just the ground. Right. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, we got those two things here. We're going to bring them down a little bit to like that. Cool. We're going to edit this tab here. Let's just solo it too. Right. Is that the lowest one? Roughly? Sure. That'll work. And Shift S2 and 2 and rotate. X. It's not exact because it's not lining up. I know how we do it. Okay. We won't do this. Shift D and rotate from our 3D cursor on that's so we can line it up roughly, or we could go to normal, I think, but that'll work. Nope, it doesn't work. We need to go to, let's try normal. Normal's good. RX. Global G. And we can just rotate it because this gets to be as wonky as we want it to be, which is great. Okay, so we got that loop and this loop. Control E, bridge edge loops. Number of cuts. Increase our cuts. Cool. Okay. So we got that going down. We should select that and this and join them together. And just solo it. And again, I think this is going to be probably, yeah, it's too big, but whatever. Let's just edit this then. Tab. Easy. Scale it. And medium point. Scale it in. That feels closer. Right. Okay. And then 2. Control E, bridge edge loops. And it's a little weird, but I think it's kind of fun. We have too many, the rings aren't the right size, sadly. Let's try it one more time. No, well, no, I'm all right with it. We'll just leave it as a wonky pipe. We got a wonky pipe leading up to our roof now. And then that goes out to here and out to there. Cool. And we can join these together. Now I should see what material I gave that, because I gave it something. Oh, they're still just empty. Nothing. L. That's going to be... I think we're going to go wasteland melt again. I'll keep it separate. Type. Yeah. U. Smart UV project. See if that does... For something like a pipe, it's fine. And this needs to be fixed too. Wait, some metal rust UV. Nice. Okay. Come back into it. Tab. And we want to get this edge here. Let's just grab a couple of them. And this one here, we might as well just use really all of them. They're about right sized. Come on. I don't think we really need to see these, but we're here, so let's just do them. Bevel. Out slightly. Didn't get that one. Oh, I missed that one. Whatever. Okay. Cool. Alt E along normals. Bigger. Cool. Nice. So we've now attached our pipe to our stove, spending way too much time on it, but it's fun. I enjoy it. Okay. Take our dude, put him back up there as well. Whew, no. Armature. Not the mesh, the armature. And we're going to need some lights in here too. So first off, let's just come to here. And we're in there. Lights. Shift A. Light. Point light. Radius of 0.1. Color is going to be Kelvin way dark. Not that dark, but like that. And like 100. Let's see how bright that is. Pretty bright. And it's not, it's definitely too low. There we go. That's better. I think it's also pretty bright because of, there we go, what our exposure is, but we're going to add some more lights too. So that's kind of fun and comes out there like that. We like it. I'm just going to close these so I don't have to deal with this guy anymore. Sure. Close this thing, or at least new, just in case we need something else. I don't want to be confused anymore. There we go. And I'm going to close this to keep our processing down. And here we are. Now we'll kit bash some stuff. Let's go look at Kitbash 3D. Medieval Siege, did it have torches? Or just looking here in all of Kitbash for torch. Got something. I'm going to take it off to the side, get it out of my way. Come on, grab it. Yeah, we go. Let's see. These are wall torches mostly, aren't they? Let's see if it is. What does this look like? Yeah, these are wall torches. Yeah. Which we're going to cheat on. Because I don't really want it on the wall. I think I want it on these things. But we can't modify this without applying it, can we? It's small enough we could apply it. It wouldn't hurt us. Realize instances and apply all. I don't often do that with these, but this one's small enough it's going to be fine. And that lets us come in, grab it, highlight it. Okay. No. 3. That. That. No. Come on. That. That. Plus. Plus again. Yes. E. GZ. Okay. It's a little weird, but might be okay. Plus U Smart UV Project. Unwrap those again. Let's see how that looks. See if I fucked it up. It's not great, but let's try it again. Tab 1 U cylinder projection. Cube projection. I think cube projection might be our best. It still gets kind of angled and twisted. I think it'd be okay. If it's not, we'll deal with it later. Okay, so then we can grab our torch here. And there. And up. Okay. So let's just get those two things so we can see what the heck we're doing. Alt-D, G. To here. Okay. Cool. And then Alt-D over to here. Cool. And we got one more big one up there, right? Okay. Okay. So all those are set. Cool. Now we need to here. No. Shift A, image, mesh plane. Excuse me. Textures. Fire. Let's just see what we got. That looks torchy. I think this is the closest thing we have that looks torchy, so let's use it. And scale it down. And scale it down some more. Take a look. Okay, we can deal with that. That'll work. Let's undo. Come on. Just try to line it up a little bit better in the middle. 7. Alt-D, RZ, 60. Alt-D, RZ, 60. Okay. All those are there. Good deal. Let's join them together. Cool. Now, if we shade Flamme, great. Alpha is just going to have to come from color because there's no alpha channel. And emission is also going to get that color. Strength of 5. Let's see what that gives us. It's not perfect because it's not lining up exactly right. Are we better off with just one? We might be better off with just one. Or let's select it, tab, and 1. Let's see what we can do. Is that better? No, it's still not really good. If they went straight up, it would be fine. Problem is it's not. We'll have to decide. We could also just make it face the camera, but since I use multiple cameras, it's kind of a pain. But we're just going to do it with one right now. Let's get rid of those. X, faces. Okay, and tab, and we're going to join that to this, which should give us one in all of them. Yes. I don't know how much we're going to look at just the fire anyway. Did my fire... Where'd it go? Where did my fire go? Is it flame? Yeah. You were burning. Now you are not. Hmm. Come back to the before the join. Just make sure everything's... There it is. Okay, this object, what's the UV on it? Yeah. That's the problem. UV map. Now if we take this and join it. Yep, now it works. Didn't know how to, it always picks the default first UV map, and since that one had a different one, it didn't work. But those torches look pretty good. We could even increase the brightness on it just a bit. Sorry, 15. Doesn't really change too much in the room, but cool. Save. Okay. Continuing our layout. What else are we gonna do? We do need a bit more light. We also need some other stuff. Let's see what we can do. Let's go to medieval market. We're just gonna kind of use some objects. I don't think we'll pull a full stall setup from it, but there are some things we can use. So we could just pull a whole stall setup, or maybe do a bit of both. Let's see. This is kind of a fun background thing. Come on. Where are you? Okay, weird. Clear parent. I don't know why it's centered off there. Object set origin to geometry. There we go. That's better. Cool. We're going to hide this again. Where's ground? Bye, ground. Okay. Cool. That makes our life easier. Into there. And it might be clipping a little bit, but not bad. That's fine. We'll do that around the pole, which will help emphasize it because we'll get some light on it. Save. I think we want to have some more stuff. Kind of, for lack of a better word, a big market, right? I like that there. We can bring it a little closer to our stove. And our torch, which will again emphasize the lighting on it. Cool. And then we can put a basket on top. Nice. A beer barrel. That seems fun. Let's throw that in here. It's big. I think we'll put that where he is. So we'll grab him. And bring him forward to here. Like that. which will also make him brighter too. Save. I don't like these here. We can get rid of them now because we're in a mesh. L, X, vertices. X, vertices. Cool. Love when that happens. Much as I love geometry nodes, it is nice to have actual geometry you can mess with. Okay, cool. Bench. Put that in here. And maybe like can we use this as a table? Let's see. Works for me. Cool. That's feeling pretty good. We're getting good on time too, so not bad. Anything else we want to add? Let's throw a bowl of food or things on the table. Sure. And maybe just to look, let's go look at Big, Medium, Small and the Grand Bazaar, which has fun stuff for this sort of thing too. Optimize for 2K, just see if we see anything that really calls out to us. These are great supports, but I think we're doing okay on that stuff. Cage is always fun, even if it's empty. Wish I had some chicken models. I'd throw those in there. There's one. There's a bigger one. Great. Let's bring that in too. Food. Cool. We brought this here forward, like this, as if to be like his stall counter. Pull it back there. Then we could even put him behind it, and that would get rid of those silly feet, and we wouldn't have to worry about them. Because I don't feel like dealing with them. Cool. This is one of those, again, JRPG things. Why is there a merchant in the middle of this place? We don't know, but they always seem to be there. So let's just throw some in there. That's a big bowl. Let's get rid of that bowl. It's too big. Don't need it, but let's put just a regular cabbage on the side here. He's a cabbage salesman. And I'm digging it. I don't know what this is. What was this one? Oh, that's the whole room. Where's ground? Did I move it out of ground accidentally? I moved it out of ground. Okay. That's the problem. No. It got doubled in there. I didn't even know. You know. Because that was in there yesterday. I didn't even see it. Now it's gone. Alrighty. So let's see. One sec. Got a big smudge on my glasses. All right, and now I can see again. Come back into our space. I'm going to save this as a new one, which I haven't done yet, but hey. I'll put him with the stove. Why not? Spiral path. And we'll get 3. Room. Okay. And so everything's turned back on again. Let's see what we got with lights. How dark is it? My guess is pretty dark. Yeah, pretty dark. We're going to need to boost this up some. Where's our lights? Camera. Camera 1 is there. And, oh, wrong one. Camera. Photographer. It's still, wow, it's even here, it's just dark. We're going to need to fake some light into here, I think. At least a little bit. So let's do that. From like back here, Shift A, go to lights. Area. It's going to be, let's go with circular. Disc. It's going to be a size of 5 meters, so very soft. And into the room. Let's see what that looks like now. Better. Still might need more. I'm going to boost the light in. Although those should be in lights. Come on. Room stuff. Room stuff. Room stuff. The torches will leave. Point. We're going to make that 500. That brightens that up. Makes it's ridiculous, but we'll make it that bright. Okay. Torches. Material. Flame. Can we make them brighter? Let's see, we make them 50. What does that do? Doesn't really change much. I realize it shouldn't, but 15. What we could do for the torches is put a light on them too. That's usually the best option. Let's do that. Torches. Okay, we'll have to do it one at a time because we can't link a light into this thing, but lights. Shift A, point, and GZ up to here, and like kind of right to the center of our light area there. Sure. We're going to make it a radius of 0.075, maybe a little less than that, 0.033. Okay. Color, again, down to like low kelvins, yeah, say 3,500, and a power of 25. Let's see if that's enough. We can duplicate it, Alt-D over to here, It should be the same height. Yep. Didn't change them much. Over to here. Also good. And then go to here. That should make it much, much, much brighter. Let's look and see how much brighter it does. Probably too much brighter. Yes. Very, very bright now. Because we're also on an exposure of 2.5. So if we take that down to like 5, which I like better anyway, that seems better. Cool. That's feeling pretty good. Move this one a little bit. I'm being overly careful, but it's not bad. I might drop it down to 15. Yeah. So allow for some darkness still in here. And then I think one more thing we could do is where we have our food bowl here. Let's move that. Oh, come on. Gotta get rid of the room. Okay, go by. Yeah. What's this? Oh, and ground for right now. Goodbye. Great. Now G, let's move that to there. I'm gonna go to all. I'm gonna look for a candle. I thought I had. I know I have a candle. I've used it. All libraries. Where'd it come from? There we go. Candle. This one has a light, so we'll use it. Yeah. There we go. This one, he's doing the light thing. He's got the camera, the candle with the multiple axes, but his is probably straight up and down. Tab. The graphic, okay, fine. Emission, strength, 5. Punch it up a bit. Yeah, okay, it's lit now. Turn back on the cave. Turn back on the room cave. Yes, because it's just a little bit of a light there too, which I think is cool. Come around. Not bad. I think I'm going to come to our lights. Our first point. Yeah, that's the 500. Let's just take that back down to 100. And we might brighten it up a little bit, or maybe we could try candle, Alt-D. Here, yeah. Move our cabbage head a bit more off to the side. Here. And here, it's just rotated RZ so it doesn't feel quite so pasted on. And they're both too high up still. Okay, and down to there. How's that going to do for us? Take a look. Nice. And then we could bring back up our, oh, this table should be in the room stuff. Area, and this should be in, no, those are candles, we'll let them be. Area, if we increase that to 25, it's a bit better. And maybe we'll change our color on that to like a bluer color. Let's see if we go to 50. It's not realistic, but it's sort of more TV realistic or movie realistic. We could even do one more. I think we should. On him. Lighting, it's fun. Lights, yep. Shift A, light. Spotlight, sure. Local and 3D cursor. Actually, let's see if we can match this. Control C, copy rotation. Yeah, cool. Then we can take this light and what power do we set this one to? This one is 10,000, so we'll set this one also to 10,000. We're gonna give it a massive increase in blending and a size of like 25. So it should have a smooth edge, but we should be pointed right at our guy's head now. That helps, I think. Power of 25. And we can even bring it, let's see, over a little bit like that. Yeah, we can even cheat it slightly. Save it. And we want to make sure it's not seen in volume scatter because it's on the inside if we have to look up. Now he's got some light and he pops and it definitely feels like a kind of a cool market scene. I think we are good, my friends. So we took this dude today. We gave him pants and we posed him. We made our funky stove, which I kind of like. It was fun to model something. I enjoyed it. Can't really see it in this shot too well, but you know, hey. And then we took our room and we populated it out inside of our cave system. But we kept our original cave with all the other stuff in it so we can do a shot like this if we want to and see how he relates in the other space. So yeah, overall, I think it's a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I will be back again on Monday, which I know is American Memorial Day, right? But for those of you who aren't in the United States, if you got plans on Monday, I understand if you are. Anyway, take care, folks, and we'll see you later. Bye.